Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for once again for all of you to shut up and sit down because I am talking. The road to insomnia officially begins, and so does my dream of insomnia. And last night's pay-per-view was truly amazing. One of the best that we've ever done, if not the best. It's going to be hard to top that, but I personally guarantee that we will at Insomnia. On Friday, Peter Bolton, the Royal Rumble winner, will address you all on what title he has decided that he will go for, as will Violet. Congratulations to both of you on your huge victories, guys. But before we get to the grand stage of Insomnia, we have 2 more pay-per-views to go. The first is Purgatory. And tonight, there will be several contenders matches slash warm-up matches to get things on track. Unfortunately, there are only 2 shows to fill the whole card for Mayhem, but that's never stopped us from putting on a great show before, and it damn well won't start now. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. King Sam's return. As you saw, he came into the Rumble last night at number 30. I have absolutely no idea how this happened. A, he's not a Mayhem superstar. B, he hasn't even been around for months for some reason. And C, he wasn't even supposed to compete last night. So how he managed to do that, I don't know. I wasn't going to let him sabotage another one of my shows to get what he wanted. I wasn't going to let him cheat his way to victory anymore. So I did what I had to do, and I took care of him myself. Just like I did before, back at Hellfire. I knew he would one day come out of hiding, and I admit, Sam, you surprised me. But I will make damn sure that no matter what you do, you are not rising back to the top that easy. And although I will deal with this situation more on Fight Night when I can meet you face to face, but Sam, let me assure you... Blake, buddy! You remember me, right? You know, that guy you put through that table? And that ladder? Oh, and eliminated from the Rumble last night. Oh, good times. Let me explain to you since you are too fucking stupid to understand what happened last night, let me break it down for you. As you may recall, I lost both my world titles in one night at Hellfire, which means I am entitled to 2 rematches, 1 for each title. And so, until I decide to cash in on both of them, that makes me a 3 agent and eligible for both shows. So all I had to do after that was enter myself as a surprise return, and boom, I drew the number 30 in the Rumble. So now that I am a Mayhem and Fight Night star, it's time to start cashing in on some of these rematches, starting with Albright. And so, at Purgatory, it's going to be me and Albright again for the WIW title. But listen, Blake, I know you don't want me to go straight back to the top. I know you don't want that. I know you won't let me just take the titles back, as I obviously would. And to be honest, I'm not in any rush to get them back. I mean, it's pretty easy to do. So, I'm going to make you a deal. I will trade you both of my rematch clauses. I will give them back and give them to you, or whatever the hell you want to do with it. And in return, I want a match with you at Insomnia! Listen, Sam, I know you didn't just get the number 30 spot out of sheer luck. You did something, and I'm going to find out what you did. And since there's not much I can do about you being on both shows, you can make yourself useful. Tonight, in the main event, I'll give you an opponent that'll give you a world of pain to deal with. I personally guarantee it. And then, should you survive that, you can cash in your rematch on Albright. Oh, and as for your request for a match with me, I knew you were going to ask for that, Sam. I ain't stupid. So, I already have an answer for you, Sam. My answer to you is no. Absolutely not. I mean, why would I do that, Sam? What do I get out of this? I don't benefit from this match. You think I'm just gonna give in to peer pressure and let you manipulate me into getting what you want? No. Unlike you, I have many other ways I can deal with you without fighting. So you have a match with me? That would be pointless. I hate you, Sam, and nothing would make me happier than burying you right here and right now, but I have no interest in getting back in the ring for your petty little attempt at revenge. So my answer to you, Sam, is no. Blake, did you really think I was giving you a choice? Of course I wasn't. I only did that to make it official. Blake, me and you are going to face it at Insomnia. You may not want it right now, but just you wait. Because by the time Purgatory is done and I am the WIW champion, you will be begging me for this match. I will see to it personally. Oh, yeah, and one more thing before I go. I didn't get the chance to give you this before, so I thought I'd better give you this. Well, an interesting show to say the least, as the official Road to Insomnia begins here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs and welcome to another episode of Monday Night Mayhem. We've done our first 100 episodes and here is to another 100 more episodes. Thank you guys so much for your support. That last pay-per-view was insane. So much happened. And now we get to begin the official Road to Insomnia. We still have one more pay-per-view to go though. And that is coming up this Sunday in real time. Of course, for the Universe mode, it's still 2 weeks' time. And the European Champion is out here first to get some in-ring action. Who I'm sure is very, very disappointed with the Royal Rumble results. Of course, it came down to just him and Peter Bolton after King Sam was eliminated by Blake Austin, who interrupted the match to get himself involved and eliminate King Sam, which is a controversial decision which led to tonight's opener, I guess. But the European Champion took too long, wasted too much time, and Peter Bolton made him pay the price. Well, he's still the European Champion, and that's right now is enough to get him to Insomnia. But first, he has to get there and he's going to have to defend. He's not defending the title tonight. But tonight, the general manager is giving him a tough matchup indeed. As he is giving it the man who took the title from him all the way back at the... is it a man who took it from him? No. It was the man that he took it from. It's Jax Wolfe. Jax Wolfe out here for a bit of revenge tonight. Jax Wolfe with no clear path to Insomnia right now, and now needs to try and find one if he can, and a win against the European Champion tonight could go a long way in doing that if he can pull it off. Jax Wolfe, former European champion, and now once again looking again in the European Championship picture. No clear opponent for Mason Foster as of yet. Of course, we'll be crowning a lot of contenders here tonight. And it looks like Jax Wolfe wants to prove that he can still go with the best of them. And of course, the best of them being Mason Foster, two-time European champion, Royal Rumble runner-up now, add to the resume as well. But I'm sure it's not something that he's going to want to cherish forever. A great start here from Mason Foster as he starts out the gate strong. And for the Welsh Wonder Boy, he wanted to make the dream come true, something that Jace dreamed of doing but never could, and Mason was literally one elimination from doing just that, and that was having a shot as both European and WIW champion. That could have been the dream for Mason Foster, but unfortunately for him, just wasn't able to capture it, which makes me wonder straight away, because it's only a night after the sudden death pay-per-view, which was incredible in absolutely every way. But it makes me think, is he really in the right frame of mind to be going straight back out there and competing? Because I know for sure I wouldn't be in the right frame of mind just after what happened. A dream of going to Insomnia was soiled for him, but again, for Peter Bolton, it's only just begun. The ace capitalizing on a huge breakout opportunity by winning the Royal Rumble. And what a Royal Rumble it was. Just crazy twists and turns. We had celebrities like Stephen Amell. We had former WWE stars in Neville. We had Sandra Piper of all people come in, and she had the tied most eliminations. And of course, the other one with the tied eliminations was Dixon. They both finished with 4 eliminations each. That's crazy to think. That's 8 eliminations. That's nearly a third of the Rumble and just 2 people. That's insane. Oh, and a massive super kick to avoid the discus punch. And Mason Foster being worked here by Jax Wolfe. These two did always have a bit of an intense battle every time they did step into the ring, and a bullet German suplex there for Mason Foster. It's never an easy encounter between these two. These two always battle it out very hard. They never back down at all. Hurricane Rana. And Mason Foster coming out the better of the two last time they faced off. But it hasn't always been the case for the Welsh Wonder Boy, who's landing the strikes cleanly now. Starting to get some rhythm in. I'd like to say this is a good test of strength for the European Champion. He needs to show his strength here tonight. And of course, build his path to Insomnia. He knows that there are going to be plenty of hungry challenges, and I'm sure that Jax Wolfe would like to be one of them, but right now Mason Foster getting the work in and showing why that he's a top dog, why he deserved that number 27 spot in the Rumble, showing why he deserved to be there in the first place with 5 successful title defenses in a row. Straight into the cover goes Foster, and only gets a 1 count early on here. But Mason Foster trying to head scissor him here, maybe going for the big elbows, couldn't do it, but Mason Foster still not letting Jax Wolfe get the offense in. He's in control right now and he can't afford to lose it. Grabbing the arm, big knee by Foster. And now looking for another German suplex. Almost snapping the body in half there. Or went for the strike, missed. Miscalculated there, Mason Foster. And he can't afford to get sloppy here. Jax Wolfe, a very clinical fighter, very capable of wrapping up a fight very early. If he gets momentum going, big superplex from the top rope. Foster making no prisoners here tonight. There's the spinning heel kick. And that's knocked out people in the past, most notably Lachlan in the fatality match. But it's not enough to get the job done here tonight. Well, that couldn't get the job done. Maybe now looking for the Welsh Dragon Sleep. A big counter there by Jax Wolfe, who's trying to progress further again. Foster trying to stay in control, but not easy to... Oh, look at that. He's taunting right in his face. Oh, well dodged there at a kick. What the hell was that? I'm pretty sure both men just flew in the air there. And now, oh dear, Foster again. This time going for a bigger one. Jax Wolfe in serious trouble. There it is. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Oh, he follows through as well. Oh, what a move by Mason Foster. And now playing to the crowd, the European champion is on a roll here tonight. But he can't afford to get sloppy. He's going right for the finish right away. Not going to waste any time. Oh, look at that. Went for the DDT, but well countered by Jax Wolfe. And that could be Wolfe's opening to get back in this match. Single leg Boston Crab trying to make the European champion tap. But well powered out by Mason Foster, though. Didn't need the ropes despite them being quite close. He could have probably reached out to them. And Foster needs to just stay in control. And thinking of people who could be in contention for the European Championship, there are quite a few people, and you know that people who have already tried will happily try again. You know, honourable mentions for people who have only faced like once, maybe like Jaden would love to try again, I'm sure. I'm sure that there are plenty of people eager and hungry, maybe Oliver Regem up there as well in contention. It's just a matter now of who can impress, who will get that opportunity. But Mason Foster sending a message to the entire locker room here tonight. He doesn't care who's coming for him. He's ready to defend his European Championship. Missed out on an opportunity last night to main event Insomnia. And now tonight he wants to begin his road to actually getting to Insomnia at all. The crowd go nuts. The Welsh Wonder Boy, one of the fan favourites here in WIW, always has been since the day that he debuted, when he won the crowd over. And I think the real breakout moment for him was all the way back at Fatality, as I mentioned, that match with Lachlan. One of the biggest matches of his career, which really brought his career to life. And now, hook of the arms, might have him here. There's the DDT! Hooks the leg, and Mason Foster knocks off Jax Wolfe. And showing that Jax Wolfe is still no threat to the European Championship in Foster's is a huge win for the champion here tonight. He desperately needed that one, you felt, and he managed to get it. The European champion does a solid job of getting the... Oh, wait a minute! Look who's here! It's Dixon! The man who had the tied most eliminations in the Royal Rumble match is out here, and it looks like he's staking his claim to the European Championship. Well, putting the European champion on notice after an incredible performance like that, that's a bold move by Dixon, but he's definitely shown as of late that he's ready for the task. Well, do we have a challenge? Is Mason Foster going to be taking on Dixon for the European Championship? Now that would be an interesting encounter to see. I guess we'll have to find out sooner rather than later, but it is time to move on down the rest of tonight's card. I am Durmus, and Durmus and Jesus are still undefeated tag champions. Justice can threaten all they want, but Nathaniel and Lachlan, you're no match for the gods. So, with those two done with, we have nobody left to challenge us. So do you know what Durmus decided to do? Well, I am so glad you asked. We challenge anyone at all backstage to come and face Durmus and Jesus at Purgatory. Come and be the next people that fall to the hands of the gods. You think that you're so good, don't you? What? Because you beat two other teams, that makes you the best team that ever lived? Nah, not a chance. You two idiots come down here each week dancing around and making a mockery of this tag division. Well, I am done letting this happen. So, Durmus, I accept your challenge. Because I got a team for you that you won't even come close to being able to deal with. So what do you say? You ready to lose those titles or what? This is joke, right? Listen, Mr. Chotero, I have seen you before. And that's how Durmus knows you are not serious, because Durmus knows that you don't have any friends. That's why you are here on Durmus' show. Because your friends kicked you out and you ran away like stupid baby. This was a good joke, man. You almost made Durmus laugh. But we do not need to defend our titles in a handicap match. So run along, Chotero. Ha ha ha. Unlike you, I don't need friends or fans to feel my insecurity about being the biggest loser on the planet like you. The fact that you have to say your own name to people so that they will remember it should tell you all you need to know about you. I know your English isn't great, so I will make things as clear as I can. I am not talking about me. I got bigger things to do than team with someone else, so I'm long past that. I am talking about my security team. So at Purgatory, Bob and Alan want to face you two for the tag team titles. And once they win, they will be granted pro contracts and be welcomed to the brand as heroes. So you admit you have no friends? Very well. We will accept your challenge, but when the gods beat down and go to Insomnia as champions, Durmus will never want to see your face again. Well, it looks like everybody wants a shot at the gold, even Bob and Alan stepping up on Travis's behalf, I guess, to go for the championship. But we do have another championship matchup, technically. It's a Cruiserweight Championship, #1 contenders matchup here tonight, and the winner will go on to face Jake Griffiths for the Cruiserweight Championship at the next pay-per-view for Mayhem. And the first person down to the ring is Stephen Miller. Missed out last time on a Cruiserweight Championship opportunity after Travis, Bob, Allen, and Abby pretty much screwed him out of his championship and then proceeded to beat him down. And I'm sure as much as he'd love some revenge on that, the real deal Stephen Miller, who entered number 29 in the Royal Rumble last night, so still relatively fresh. He had, I believe, one elimination as well, and that was pretty much immediately as soon as he came in. But the real deal, Stephen Miller, looking to bounce back from last night's Rumble loss and get himself a shot at the Cruiserweight Championship. The real deal, Stephen Miller, trying to pave his way to Insomnia and the Cruiserweight Championship could be his ticket to doing just that, but he's up against someone who is also yet to have a crack at the Cruiserweight Championship, bar when it was first introduced in the Fatal 4-Way. It is the Starboy, Estrella Chico. And of course, these are the two Mayhem stars, but two Fight Night stars will be having a crack after, of course, the last pay-per-view, as this title will be defended on both brands, as you know. But you know, Jake Griffiths, the Cruiserweight Champion, following his clean sweep in the 2 out of 3 Falls Count Anywhere matchup last night against James Rowley, is watching backstage at who is ready to take him on next. We don't know the condition on James Rowley. We're assuming that he might be out for a couple of weeks or a week or two because of the injuries that he suffered after being knocked out completely cold. We can confirm after his head ricocheted off the LED ring post. And now can you can imagine yourselves the damage that caused. Well, the bell rings, and away we go here tonight. Cruiserweight Championship #1 contenders match. And you know, Jake Griffiths is backstage watching, as I said, eagerly awaiting who was coming in. And do you know what? Who would you prefer in this matchup? I have no idea. Look at this, a submission applied already. Steve Miller not wasting any time here, just trying to wrap this one up early. But Estrella Chico finding a way to power out. Estrella Chico, of course, has been in and around title competition for a long time. Hasn't been able to capture that one piece of silverware that he's been after. That was the European Championship. But of course, he was part of one of the best matches of the year, I'd have to say, probably, in his match with Jace for the European Championship. But then since then, he's been trying to get himself some spots elsewhere. Couldn't really capitalize on anything. And the Starboy has just had a poor run of form, and he needs to get back to winning ways if he's going to go for title contention. That's exactly what he's trying to do here tonight. And the same thing goes for Steve Miller. More so for Steve Miller, because Steve Miller was basically unbeaten for the first half of his career, almost untouchable, until one day William Hale ended his win streak by making him tap with a guillotine. Beautiful elbow drop there by Steve Miller. And now playing to the crowd, quite a fan favourite, as you can imagine. But yeah, unbeaten for quite a long time. Then his win streak came to an end, and that is when things got a little bit sticky for Steve Miller, because things got worse for him, and he couldn't restore his career back to the top peak that it was. But he's been in and around the title picture, competed recently for the European Championship, unable to capture that. WIW Championship as well, couldn't really do much for that either. But the real deal, Stephen Miller, we know he's worthy of title contention. He just hasn't quite managed to get his hands on some silverware. Recently faced for the European Championship in Mason Foster's Open Challenge. And to be honest, that's by far the worst match we've ever seen from him. He looked incredibly weak, and he couldn't do it. And then, of course, at the Royal Rumble, where he entered number 29 at the second best odds in the Rumble. But he was swiftly eliminated. But now making good work here of Estrella Chico, the Starboy, in a bit of jeopardy here. Flip over DDT by Stephen Miller. And now Stephen Miller might have been looking for the submission, but Estrella Chico, quick and agile as always to break the hold. Leg sweep there, but now Stephen Miller abandons the submission, goes back to the old reliable, looking for the tie driver. Can he get him in the middle of the ring? An awkward landing indeed for Estrella Chico. But is that enough? Is the tie driver enough to give him the shuttle shot? No, it's not. Estrella Chico kicks out at 2, gets the shoulder up. And back to the drawing board for Steve Miller, needs to mount the offense. And now look at this. Oh, and a beautiful smash onto the knee. And look at this, just a relentless bit of offense now, just not giving him a second to breathe. And that's what he's got to do. Chico just trying to create his own space, but Steve Miller now playing to the crowd. He's hyped up here tonight. He wants to get back to winning ways. He doesn't want to be missing out on Insomnia. And this Cruiserweight Championship opportunity could be his ticket to getting back there. But now the Starboy continuing to mount offense. A nice series of punches there. Not even allowing Miller to get back to his feet now. Trying to control him on his terms. Beautiful hook of the arms into the suplex. Now playing to the crowd, the Starboy. Very much a fan favorite He's earned the right to be a fan favorite as well. And now using that fast-paced offensive here. Watch this jump. The flying abilities of Estrella Chico. Oh, ducks under that clothesline and lands one of his own. Very nice sequence there from the star boy Estrella Chico. And now being brought back to his feet. Needs to come out with something. Oh, maybe thinking Pele kick, but Steve Miller had an answer to it. And now just going to try and wrap this one up if he can. 2 count. Very sharp kick out there by Estrella Chico. And now Steve Miller just brings him back to his feet. He clearly has an idea of what he wants to do here. But it doesn't look like Chico's going to let him get his way. Slips behind. Now working on the back. Chico using his fast-paced offense to his advantage. But right now Stephen Miller having an answer to whatever he's coming up with. But now look at this. What's he going for here? Oh, and just stomping away on the knees. Chico just trying to make life a little easier by taking out the limbs, making it harder to stand. What a move there by Chico. And now he can play to the crowd a bit as he starts to bring some life back into this match for himself. These two battling hard here, and they're going to have to battle hard. They need to show that they are ready for Jake Griffiths, because you know Jake Griffiths is not going to let either of them have an easy matchup. Pele kick and straight into the cover. Is that going to be enough to give him a shot at the Cruiserweight Championship? It's a 2 count. And now the Starboy needs something. Maybe something big to wrap this one up. But Stephen Miller, we know, is a fighter. He refuses to go down that easy. Manages to grab him there. There's a snap suplex. Oh, wait a minute. He's not done with just one, though. Looking for a second snap suplex. And looking for one more here to complete the set. Oh, this time a fisherman. Nice variations of suplex there to throw him off his guard. Now back to the corner, looking for another flip over DDT. Can he connect a second time? We saw plenty of this at the Sudden Death pay-per-view with Alex Wilson, who became the World Heavyweight Champion. Didn't work for Steve Miller there, though. Manages to get behind. Oh, well countered again by Chico, and you sense Chico is close to wrapping this one up now. He's landed some big strikes and might be 1 or 2 moves away if he can get up to the top rope and maybe go for the 630. Playing to the crowd, he's sensing the control is shifted after what was a dominating start from Steve Miller. Chico's now ready to put it away. Chico looking for the 630 senton. Got him! He's got him! And Estrella Chico has put away Steve Miller. No, he hasn't! Miller kicks out at 2. Somehow manages to kick out of that huge 630 senton from the top rope. And now look at this. What is this? Oh, look at this. Pump handle Death Valley driver. And Steve Miller bringing out all the big moves here tonight. Gonna try for the flip over DDT again. Chico is stunned. He doesn't know where he is in the ring right now. Flip over DDT. And Steve Miller just going to go straight into the cover. Chico's put up a fight, but is it enough to get him done? No, it's not. 2 count again. And Miller pleading for the 3 count, but to no avail. And now going for the tie driver one more time. This could wrap it up if he can get him up. Can he get him? Tie driver! And he lands perfectly away from the ropes. Steve Miller has got himself a shot at the... No! What? Another kick out by Estrella Chico. And he slams the mat in frustration. How on earth has Estrella Chico just kicked out again? Clearly with some fighting spirit here. Oh, managed to well dodge there by the star boy Estrella Chico. And now can he get another panic kick? Oh, he's got him! He got him! He fell right into the trap. He's got him, surely. This is enough, surely, to get the Cruiserweight title shot. He's done it! Chico's done it! Estrella Chico has knocked off Stephen Miller, and he is facing Jake Griffiths for the Cruiserweight Championship at the next coming pay-per-view. Fantastic performance from Estrella Chico here tonight. The 630 senton couldn't get it done, but it was one more belly kick that managed to wrap it up for him here tonight. A beautiful performance from Steve Miller, but it just wasn't enough here tonight. And what's gotten into Steve Miller as of late, I don't know, but what a huge victory that was from Estrella Chico, the star boy. He's going to face Jake Griffiths at Purgatory for the Cruiserweight Championship. Finally some good fortune for one of the fan favorite luchadors. He truly has been in a bad spot as of late. He desperately needed this win, But Stephen Miller now is back to the drawing boards as things getting bleaker for him as he heads towards Insomnia. But a huge win tonight for fan favourite Estrella Chico. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, we have some action from someone who's been in quite a bit of good form as of late. He has been really showing what he's capable of. Robert Hall making his way down to the ring, I believe entered at number 22 in the Royal Rumble match last night. He puts on an impressive showing, and he really did show what he could do. And making his way down to the ring tonight to compete in some in-ring action, taking his time about it, wasting all the pyrotechnics here, and still waiting for him to arrive, but he's not moving. Where is he? Did someone forget to tell him backstage and it's time to go? Where the hell has Robert Hall disappeared to? Oh, wait a minute. What's going on back here? Right near the entrance to the arena. Original Brad, what's he doing? Original Brad is attacking Robert Hall. But what the hell is he doing? Oh! Chair shot to the back of the head. And now just beating him down with a chair. What the hell is this about? Why on earth is Original Brad attacking Robert Hall? Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what's going on, but Original Brad attacking Robert Hall right now. DDT! Oh, and an impact. And I have no idea what this is about. I can't even think of why. Did these two even encounter before? I don't even think these two faced off in the Rumble. There's no reason for Brad to be doing what he's doing. Crashes him into the table. And now what's Brad thinking? Oh no, Brad, no! Oh, this suplexes him through the table! An Original Brad, for some reason, it's just taken Robert Hall out. And now it looks like he's heading towards the arena. Well, it looks like now Brad's coming down to the ring, and he is! He's coming down on his bike, or maybe not even his, it might even be Robert Hall's bike. But he's coming down to the ring. And I think he's just gonna take Robert Hall's place here tonight. What the hell is this about? Well, attacking Robert Hall backstage before he was supposed to come down to the ring, and now Original Brad is gonna come down to the ring and take his place after beating him down backstage and suplexing him through a table. Well, Original Brad, as I said, as of late, is doing anything he can to get back to the top. And I guess taking out Robert Hall he saw as a necessary step. Well, that was an interesting encounter. I'm not sure what Original Brad was attempting to do there, but he's taking out the competition, and now it looks like he's about to take the match on his behalf. And who's he up against? He's up against Jaden, the former WIW champion, two-time, of course, going up against the former World Heavyweight champion. Two world champions colliding in the ring now, it looks like, and I guess someone's going to have to check on Robert Hall after taking that beat down from chairs and dustbins and tables. Original Brad making huge statements here tonight. And that was quite interesting, to say the very least. And I'm not sure what's been going through Brad's head as of late. He's turned from a fan favorite to only caring about himself. And now to the point where he's even endangering other superstars. Quite an interesting encounter there from Original Brad. But now the man with a plan, the mastermind Jaden. Well, looks like we're going to get this one underway as Original Brad is going to be stepping in on his behalf. And already, Jaden working away here. Jaden, a very smart fighter, very technical. And targeting the limbs here because he knows he can get Original Brad to tap out, probably. He's done it before. The last time these two faced off was for a Royal Rumble qualifier. And it was Jaden who walked out the winner with that rolling knee bar that won him 2 world championships. These two men in the ring with a combined 3 world championship reigns. Of course, Brad, the first ever world heavyweight championship, won the first ever world heavyweight championship title when he faced Ryan Austin in the tournament finals for it, all the way back at Resurrection, which feels like such a long time ago. We're almost back round to Resurrection. And Brad, of course, then became the victim of the assault of the Wolfpack. And from there, things took a downward spiral. And now he's trying to come to Mayhem and lift himself back up, but it hasn't been an easy success. He's struggling to blend back into the wrestling here on Monday Night Mayhem. And now to the point where he's missed out on 2 championship opportunities and now gunning for another. As he takes on, well, no, he's not gunning for another. I'm sure he'll be wanting another. But he hasn't really earned the right to have one as of yet. But Original Brad, as we know, a tough fighter, tough competitor, very strong and brutal fighter, and especially now that he's taking this no-prisoners approach to people, as you just saw with Robert Hall. But, of course, his biggest weakness and his most notable one, the submission defense, has lost so many different matches and so many different occasions, including to Jaden on submission. Of course, Jaden, you can't really say much about him losing to Jaden's submissions. Jaden's submission's one of the most lethal in the entire company. As I mentioned, won 2 world championships with that submission. Did you see that? A blatant low blow, and the referee just allowed it to happen. The referee, I swear, just stands there and watches, doesn't do anything except count the pinfalls. Sometimes he doesn't even do that quick enough. He doesn't even realize that they've actually happened. And Brad getting the work done here on Jaden right now, but Jaden with a very sharp counter there and into a suplex. Of course, Jaden, oh, look at this. Jaden to the outside. Oh, wonder what Jaden was thinking there. Maybe thinking to get some weapons in here and just call this one away, because Original Brad, especially when he's this angry, quite a dangerous person to be in the ring with. Backbreaker there. And Original Brad, of course, not scheduled to be in this match, and I'm sure Jaden probably came up with a plan to face Robert Hall, but now he's going to need a plan on the spot to deal with Original Brad. And I'm sure the plan is obvious for Brad to go to the submissions, but I'm sure Brad's well aware of that and will do everything in his power to counter it. And now Tree of Woe position in the corner. Big kick to the gut. And we'll have to keep checking on Robert Hall's condition. For right now, we've got medical personnel treating him. Brad completely overshot that one. So we've got medical personnel treating treating Robert Hall after Original Brad's assault before the match. Went for a kick to the gut there, well countered by Jaden. And these two men know their way around the championship gold. They've held it both before. Jaden on 2 separate occasions. And now both of them in desperate need of wins to try and get themselves back to the top of the WIW rankings. Jaden and Brad, they both know what it's like to be up there, but now they need to get themselves back to the promised land. Jaden now showing some athleticism here, some flying prowess. What's he going to do? Oh, and a beautiful forearm by Jaden. And Brad now under some fire. But Brad, as we know, doesn't go down that easy. Big inverted DDT. Original Brad bringing him back to his feet. Big strike. And now the twisting of the arm. And he's locked it in. Jaden with nowhere to go. With no other option than to just snap his own arm in half. But it looks like Brad's going to do it for him. Old school, perfectly placed. And now Brad looking for the battle axe to wrap this one up. Has got Jaden up. There's the battle axe in the middle of the ring. That hasn't proved to be too effective as of late. But has that been enough to put away Jaden here tonight? No, it hasn't. 2 count. 1 was not enough. And Original Brad, you can see the frustration on his face. But now taunting him, mocking him, saying, bring the challenge to me. Original Brad has always been one who wanted a fight. He's always one who was looking for trouble. But at least when he looked for trouble in the past, he was doing it for the fans. He was trying to stop people like the Wolfpack who were running, you know, running a freaking dictatorship over WIW back on the Fight Night brand. And I'm sure since being, pretty much forced out of the brand, you're going to have these leftover emotions and feelings. And right now he's taking it out on this locker room here on the Monday Night Mayhem brand. But the former world champion Jaden, we know, doesn't go down that easy, and that's what he's trying to prove here tonight. Bringing Original Brad back to his feet. Needs to start fighting back if he can. Irish whip to the corner. Not a good place to be here for Original Brad, because look what Jaden's thinking. Jaden's thinking big. Oh, look at this. Hooks the legs and takes him down. What a move by Jaden. Someone needs to check the weight of Jaden. He might be eligible for a cruiserweight title opportunity. Looking for a middle rope. Phoenix splashing on him. A middle rope Phoenix splash. He didn't go for the big one. And now look at this. Just showing beautiful athleticism Maybe he's making a shout for the Cruiserweight Championship. Oh, look at that, trying to charge at Brad, but beautiful strength there in the gut-wrench suplex. And now straight into the cover off the suplex. Is that going to be enough finally? Put away Jaden, 2 count. And what a contest this has been so far between two former world champions. And look how quickly things have changed. He used to go up to that turnbuckle and get the loudest standing ovation, and now the crowd boo in hatred of the man that he has become. And now Jaden trying to gain some momentum here. Another vicious powerbomb to original Brad, and now stomping away on the limbs. That's very smart of Jaden to do, knowing his weakness for submissions. Spins him around with the power of that punch, looking for a suplex. Beautiful connection, and Jaden starting to fight his way back into this match. He knows Brad won't go down easy. Brad will always put up a fight. He's a fighting person. But now, under heavy fire. It could get worse for Brad if he doesn't find a way to keep mounting the offense forward. Maybe one more battle axe could do the trick. Maybe it might need another, because Jaden isn't exactly one who goes down lightly either. Big sweep of the legs there for a spine buster. Very nicely done there by original Brad. He's going to go straight into the cover off the spine buster, and now it's going to be enough. No, it's not, 2 count. Brad's face says it all. Frustration is building. And Brad doing whatever it takes to get the job done. Look at this. He's going for a choke slam instead. No battle axe, just a choke slam. Slap bang in the middle of the ring. And original Brad knocks off. No! Jaden kicks again. Jaden kicks again. And look at original Brad's face. He can't believe it that Jaden is still going here. And this is dangerous, because if Jaden can start mounting some offense, this could be costly for original Brad's chances of walking out the winner here. God knows why he decided to take this match away from Robert Hall, but he has, and now he has to try and fight his way through to victory from Jaden, who is being relentless here tonight, refusing to give in under any circumstances. Now Brad has him in the corner. Gonna toss him to the other corner, looking for a splash and a big clothesline in that corner. And now into the cover again. Brad just desperately trying to get back to winning ways, and it's just not working for him. Just got to do whatever it takes to get the job done, and that's exactly what Brad is willing to do. It was a threshold that we thought he wouldn't cross, but now he's proven tonight, if he hasn't proven beforehand, that he's willing to do whatever it takes. And now Brad, look at this. Big punch there by Jaden. And now what's Jaden thinking? Look at this. Oh, powerbomb! Oh, I know what he's thinking. This is clever. This is clever. Right near the ropes as well, just as a tease. Busted grab. Brad needs to reach that rope. And if Brad taps here, this could be humiliating. Oh, he's got it! Brad gets out of the submission. And look at Jaden's face. He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe that didn't work. He thought for certain that that was going to be the key to victory. And he's just walked out the ring. He's had enough. He can't believe it. Original Brad now mocking him. He's even he knows that he wasn't expecting to kick out of that one. But Jaden can't believe his eyes. Has original Brad actually finally worked on his submission defense? Jaden now just desperately trying to get out of there. And this is dangerous territory now. If Brad's finding a way to kick out of submissions like that, especially out of the powerbomb, Jaden's in serious jeopardy. And look at Brad, he's not messing around now, not taking any prisoners, but Jaden just doing whatever he can, thinking on the spot, looking for another submission now here with the body scissors. Just doing whatever he can, but once again, Brad escapes with ease. Brad's not even struggling to break out of these submissions anymore in this matchup. Jaden is struggling, and there's another spine buster. And original Brad is shocking everybody right now. Breaks out of 2 clean submissions, and still can't get it done. Appealing to the ref, but that's not going to get him anywhere. And the crowd don't know what to think. Brad putting on an impressive performance tonight, but he still hasn't won the fans back over. Looking for a battle axe in the middle of the ring. Got him! And surely now he's done it. Original Brad with an incredible performance here tonight has just knocked off Jaden. Huge, huge win for Original Brad, and I think he just shocked everyone. Did you see the reaction as Original Brad got out of not one but 2 submissions? He did have to do a lot of damage to him. 2 battle axes, a choke slam, and an old school to get the job done, as well as these 2 vicious spine busters. But as Brad has shown in the past, he is not taking any prisoners, and that's exactly what he did here tonight. What an incredible performance. This was the turning point, the moment that you knew Original Brad was walking out the winner. And Original Brad celebrates his victory proudly here tonight. But I think he's going to grab a microphone now. It looks like he has something to say. So I was told that I ain't doing enough anymore to be on the card. Well, do I have everyone's attention now? I thought so. I am done playing by the books, waiting for my turn that I deserve because some stupid loser like Robert Hall wins a few matches in a row. I was the first ever world heavyweight champion, and I am still treated like a damn rookie. Well, no more of that. From now on, we do things my way. I will fight for me. You can all go suck an egg for all I care. Things are going to change around here. Starting right now. Thanks for the bike, Robert Hall. Well, next up tonight, before tonight's main event, where King Sam will be in-ring action. Maybe in-ring action. That's if he hasn't been taken away or arrested after what he did to the general manager last week. But next man down to the ring next man coming down to the ring, excuse me, next woman coming down to the ring is the woman who appeared at the Royal Rumble match and tied for the most eliminations in that match. It is Sandra Piper, the former women's champion. Had a bit of a mixed feeling about what went down at the pay-per-view, of course. Lost in the pre-show, the Mayhem Women's Championship matchup in the Fatal 4-Way. Of course, she wasn't involved in that decision, but it was Hallie Bowen that managed to retain. And that is the thing with that match. And then, of course, the Royal Rumble occurred. She entered at number 17, I believe. Maybe mistaken. She managed to pick up 4 eliminations before she was eliminated. But a huge night from her in all aspects, it has to be said. But unfortunately for her, she just couldn't take advantage of that and get the championship back. But I'm sure she's going to be hungry and eager to get that championship back around her waist. And now tonight, she's been given a matchup against someone who is eager to get their revenge on her, I'm sure. It's Katherine Albright, the woman who almost didn't make it to the Women's Battle Royal match because of the injuries that she had suffered from the lockdown match with Sandra Piper. But you know there's always a health and safety risk when you step into the ring with Sandra Piper, as many people in the Rumble found out. And now Katherine Albright requests some revenge, and tonight she's looking to get some. And of course we need to find who will be facing for the Women's Championship at the upcoming pay-per-view. And I'm sure Sandra Piper would love another shot, but where does she lie? I guess we'll have to find out here tonight. Because here's the thing with Sandra Piper. She's already had 2 opportunities to get the title back. One was in a triple threat and one was in the Fatal 4-Way, which was her cashing in her rematch clause, which no one else realistically had in that match. It was just she was the only one who cashed in the rematch clause. So the question is now, is who's next? Because Sandra Piper, no question about it, is still the most dominant woman in the Mayhem division. There's no one really left for Bowen to take on, because everybody else for Bowen to take on has been destroyed at the hands of Sandra Piper already, as she's already getting off to a great start here against Katherine Albright, as you can see, but now trying to mount some offensive of her own. Again, another counter by Sandra Piper, and this is the problem, she's just too dominant in her own division, to the point where she didn't even participate in the Women's Battle Royal, she had to participate in the men's one, and she even got 4 eliminations in there. She's too much of a beast, And it's too hard to say that she doesn't deserve another shot at the Women's Championship because, quite frankly, she does. There's no question that she deserves another shot at the Mayhem Women's Championship. Because right now, no one can even step in the ring with her and actually take her down. The only one who can do that is the Mayhem Women's Champion, Hallie Bowen. So where do we stand? Does Bowen get another shot at Sandra Piper? Or more specifically, would Sandra Piper get another shot at her? Or is that it? Like, what happens now? I mean, Katherine Albright, we've seen these two throw down in the past before, but it's usually been Sandra Piper who's got the better of the two when they've met in the ring. But right now, Katherine Albright trying to get some revenge. Remember, at Lockdown, these two faced for the Mayhem Women's Championship. Sandra Piper choked her out, and she became her latest victim. Luckily, she recovered a lot quicker than Elliot Rogers did. Rogers didn't even recover at all. She was replaced by Brooke Danger last night, who made a surprise return. And whether she's back full-time or not, we'll have to wait and see. But as of right now, Sandra Piper seems like the only plausible option for the Mayhem Women's Championship, unless Katherine Albright or someone else can prove otherwise right here tonight. And of course, again, Mayhem in the always unfortunate position is that they only have 2 shows to prove and set up all their championship cards for the next pay-per-view. It seems to be that's a reoccurring problem that they always seem to be in, and so there's not really much time for anyone else to prove it other than to try and take down Sandra Piper. But right now, Katherine Albright doing a good job of keeping up with her at the very least. Looking for a big suplex here, or holds her up for a moment, but only because Sandra Piper was making a grand escape. Spins her out. Oh dear, the chokehold's applied, and this is exactly what made her go to sleep last time, and she's choked her out again. That's exactly what injured her the first time and knocked her unconscious. And she's done it again. Sandra Piper with that vicious claw hold to put Katherine Albright to sleep again. And there's got to be no question she needs another rematch. And this time a one-on-one. Look at this. Chokes her to sleep. Albright nowhere to go, and Sandra Piper adds another victim to her list. An incredible performance once again from... Oh, look at this! Bowen! It looks like Bowen wants another shot at her as well! 2 women who clearly hate each other as much as can be said about anyone, and now tonight these 2 collide in the ring again, but Sandra Piper, so much momentum coming out of that match, not going to give up easy. Well, it looks like we might get one more shot at seeing these 2 before Insomnia. Maybe even at Insomnia, who knows? But it looks like these 2 just can't seem to get enough of each other. The 2 most dominant women on the Mayhem division. And they are trading shots. But Piper blindsided, and she's paying the price, looking for that electric chair driver that took the title away from her in the first place and helped her retain at the sudden death pay-per-view. Hallie Bowen sends a warning to Piper, to everyone in the women's division with that electric chair driver. Huge, huge statement made. And I think it's safe to assume we'll be seeing these 2 again at the next pay-per-view. Huge performance from Piper as usual tonight. But Hallie Bowen saying she ain't backing down from the challenge from Sandra Piper. Let's move on down tonight's main event. Well, main event tonight, and the general manager, well, before he was attacked at least, set this match up, said since King Sam's over on Mayhem, causing problems for the GM, he might as well make himself useful. The man who returned last night at the Royal Rumble in the number 30 position, who then got eliminated by someone who wasn't even in the match. He got eliminated by Blake Austin, who took him over the top rope and then proceeded to beat him down. And then King Sam earlier on tonight getting some much needed revenge, but he's made his intentions clear. He's called out the general manager. He wants a match with Blake Austin at Insomnia. He even said he's willing to trade his World Heavyweight Championship rematch with Max Danger for a shot at Blake at Insomnia. Well, Blake said no, and then that's what triggered King Sam to progress to beating him down. But before that, the general manager said he was going to put him in the main event and that he was going to give him a tough old matchup. But King Sam, as you can hear by the reaction, back in in-ring action, making his Mayhem return, and of course claiming to be a free agent. But look who he's up against! The music hits for the first ever World Heavyweight Champion. Rage is back on WIW, and it looks like he's back full time. That is such good news. The first ever world champion is back. And I tell you what, if I were Aaron Albright, I'd be terrified. The last time these two faced off, Aaron Albright did win, but it was due to an interruption from Jaden, who he was working with at the time. But Rage is back on WIW, and he has returned to Mayhem exactly where he left off. Hasn't returned with the Dragon Dynasty, who he's associated with last time out, but the monster that is Rage has returned to in-ring action. This is gonna be a huge main event. I cannot believe we are seeing this for tonight's main event. Rage and King Sam. The first main event after sudden death on the road to Insomnia. Bell rings and away we go, and the general manager wasn't kidding when he said that he'd brought King Sam a challenge here tonight. He couldn't have brought him much of a bigger one. The massive size of Rage, look at that, and now even got some speed with him. Rage, of course, spending some time wrestling in some other companies, other productions around the world, and I'm sure that he will be doing that still, working for some other companies in the meantime. A lot of people here still do it. Now look at King Sam from the top rope, showing that he's fully ready to come back, but well sidestepped there by Rage. Rage always comes with sheer power, sheer aggression, sheer hostility, and that's what won him the first ever World Championship way back at Resurrection when he took on Jaden one-on-one after winning after both of them won their respective Beat the Clock challenge. Rage beat, I believe, Tyson Jackson, I believe it was at the time. Oh, big takedown clothesline. Beat Tyson Jackson for his shot at the main event of Resurrection, where he won the first ever WIW Championship. Unfortunately for him, went on to lose it again as he took on Aaron Albright, and with Jaden's interruption, he lost the title. But then in the triple threat rematch, he couldn't capture that either after Jaden pinned successfully Aaron Albright. And that led to those two sparking off in a rivalry, and that left Rage in an unfortunate position, and who's now being in an unfortunate position here. Look at King Sam. Oh, look at that. Beautiful move there. Natural cruiserweight King Sam, but of course hasn't really had time to compete in the cruiserweight, leading the most successful tag team in WIW history, who of course are tag team champions still. Oh, look at that. What a move by King Sam. And King Sam not backing down from the big man at all. It's been so long since we've seen King Sam back in the ring. One of the best WIW fighters that we've had in a long time. He was the only man to hold both the WIW Championship and the WIW Heavyweight Championship. And since he still has his rematch for both, that's why he's here tonight on Mayhem, making his in-ring debut after his return at the Royal Rumble last night, where he was screwed out of a chance at main eventing Insomnia, but now wants Blake Austin. He wants that rematch. He wants that match at Insomnia. He wants to face the boss. He wants to get his revenge. Rage, though, not even letting him survive tonight. Look at the strength of Rage, the pure aggression. Two true legends of WIW. Two men who have fought each other in the past, I believe, all the way back in WYW, as it would have been. And King Sam, witnessing the power and aggression of Rage, which I'm sure he's familiar with. Two men who have been here since the beginning, all the way back in WIW, as I mentioned. 101 episodes later, here they are, once again, who have both been away for some time for different reasons, and still competing at a high level. King Sam's first match back from injury, and it's not backing down despite the sheer size of Rage. But now lining up for that vicious running knee. The crowd are going mental. The running knee connects. King Sam with the running knee to the giant that is Rage. Is that going to be enough to keep him down for good? 2 count. King Sam thought that would be enough. Oh, look at this. The crowd are going nuts. They know what comes next. The most effective submission move in all of WIW. Chicken wing. The crossface chicken wing. Rage has got it locked in on him. And King Sam has knocked off Rage. It almost looks as if he wasn't ever gone. King Sam with a huge win on his Mayhem return. And what did you expect when King Sam stepped in that ring? But when Rage came down, I thought Rage would be the one to knock him off. But King Sam, looking like he never even left, looking like he was never even injured, and that Hellfire never even happened. Well, he called out the general manager, and when he said no, he retaliated, and I'm sure there are going to be dire consequences for that. But King Sam makes his intentions clear, and he is going to face this man who is coming to get the jump on him. The man who he faced at Hellfire for both World Championships. And King Sam has made it clear that he wants to come back and get this one. And he wants to face him at the next pay-per-view. And King Sam being met by Aaron Albright, the 4-time world champion, and a curb stomp. And sending a message to King Sam. He's saying, if you want my title, if you want it back, come and get it. Super kick. And King Sam is knocked out cold by the world champion. Well, Aaron Albright sending a warning, saying he's ready. And it looks like we have our main event for the next pay-per-view. It's going to be King Sam and Aaron Albright 1v1 for the WIW Championship. But the question is, though, what will King Sam do about Blake Austin? What will Blake Austin do about what King Sam did to him at the beginning of the show? So many unanswered questions, and I guess we'll have to find out as that concludes the first episode on the road to Insomnia. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.